Hello, I'm Jane Goodall, and I'm speaking to you from Tanzania's Gombe National Park, where I began observing wild chimpanzees in 1960. Back then, 35 years ago, very little was known about the behavior of chimpanzees, virtually nothing in the wild, and I read all that I could about captive chimps before setting out. I found that easily the most vivid descriptions of social interactions and the complex chimpanzee mind was in that classic book, The Mentality of Apes by Wolfgang Kohler. He described in great detail about the behavior of some of those wonderful chimpanzees, Sultan and Chago and Chico, and talked about the tool-using experiments that he presented them with. Gave me a very good idea about the mentality of chimpanzees before I set off. It would really be a tragedy if that research station where he did all that work so many years ago was destroyed. I think it would be fantastic if it could be preserved as a museum with pictures of the chimpanzees, with descriptions of the tests that he performed with them, with some of the early videos that are so wonderful to see today. And I think that a museum of this sort would be really appreciated not only by the local people, but also by the visitors who go flocking to Tenerife for their holidays. I think it would be really sad if Casa Amarilla, the research station where Wolfgang Kohler did all his early work, was destroyed. It would be fantastic if it could be preserved as a museum where the public could go and look at pictures of the chimpanzees and read descriptions of the tests and perhaps see some of the wonderful early videos that were made at that time. It would be even more exciting if attached to that museum could be a sanctuary for the little orphan chimpanzees who are still being smuggled out of West Africa into Spain and the Gran Canarias. And these captive chimpanzees really need an enriched environment, otherwise they get bored. And it would be incredibly exciting if Kohler's tests could be revived and these chimpanzees could be faced with the challenge of how to get food that's out of reach outside the bars or suspended from the ceiling. I think people would love to see the chimpanzees trying to solve these problems. And so the museum and the sanctuary would be a tremendous attraction for visitors, as well as something that the local residents could really be proud of.